there's a water bear. So there's that tardigrade. So have you heard about tardigrades? They're kind of like becoming like the new popular thing, like sloths.
They're basically
Yeah, they're really freaking cool. I saw a TikTok. Here, I'll find this TikTok while we do this, and then I'll show you guys. Because the TikTok was how to find a tardigrade. Let me find it. I'll show you. But let's continue watching this in a minute.
What's on the bottom, which is our activated sludge. So it's called an activated sludge because it's a combination of microorganisms and sludge. So we take these and we put them on the bottom of this tank, and they get pumped back to the head of the aeration tanks, and they continue reproducing and treating the sludge, and then get recycled throughout. The top goes over these weirs, and it goes to the left to disinfection. So, as I said, we return the activated sludge to the head of the aeration tank, but we're acquiring solids if we're constantly getting waste into the plant. The bugs are eating it, they're settling, getting sent back. So obviously, we're going to grow, and we're going to get more and more microorganisms, more and more waste. So we have to.
See, I always thought this thing was like a one-way thing. You go in that front pipe, and then it leaves, right? But there's a lot of circulation throughout.
Get rid of that stuff now. So that's what you see over here with the state of Indiana, the state of full body recreation. We have to make sure that the water is safe for humans to be in, swim in, and if you accidentally drink it or whatever, it's not going to hurt you. This is what our finished product looks like.
So that's after it's gone through the whole system. Looks pretty amazing, right? I mean, like that looks drinkable.
And this is what comes into the plant. It's kind of a good representation to see.
See that? Coming in from your shower, from your wastewater, that has all kinds of poop in it. You don't think about it because you got to get that out, right?
Really, how much we treat it.
Side note, not this time in this video. I wish I would have got it on film. Someone said, he's like, I'm so proud of this product. They're like, if you're so proud of it, drink it. And he did. Right? Undid the cap, drank it. He's still alive.
We also do some post aeration here. But one of the other biggest things about, probably the biggest thing that we do is make sure that there's no oxygen demand going to the river. Because if these
remember oxygen demand? We don't want that oxygen demand. Okay? We don't want like a lot of people fighting for oxygen. And by people, I mean bacteria.
Organisms. If we send raw sewage to the river, the microorganisms are going to naturally grow, they're going to reproduce, and they're going to take up all the oxygen in the water, and then all the natural aquatic life is going to be able to survive. So all the fish will die, all the mussels, crabs, whatever is in the river, and
Lance Bennett rocking the drug run.
we have done that. So a big part of what we do is make sure that the water that's going to the river is rich in oxygen and doesn't have any oxygen demand.
So that's, look at that. I can't believe I got this on film. This right here, what's this crap? What's this crap? Oh my God. All right, that's the UV light. That's what kills everything. This is genius. All they do is they run that water through this UV light and not like run it through the light. They just run underneath the light. The light kills it. They only do that April, October. So that's when they expect people to be out the river. Okay.
That's the recreational season of the river. So some states you have to disinfect year round, and some plants in Indiana they still do. But we only do this for those that April 1st, October 1st. And some plants use chlorine to disinfect. It's better for high flows, but this is a much just more sustainable and less dangerous. This chemical chlorine gas is very
So here's like the changes. That's what it came in at. Then that was where the oil was. There's the sludge from the digester that goes, there it is settled out. Okay, and that's the final product. That's what goes to the river. Pretty awesome.
How awesome?
Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing, awesome. Wait, let me show you this TikTok. My boys keep saying, when are we gonna do it? When are we gonna do it? When are we gonna do it? And I was like, we'll do it. I'm sorry. I keep it's usually like at bedtime. They're like, can we do that? I was like, it's bed. We're going to sleep, dudes. All right. Do you guys know about TikTok?
No.
It's cool. It's a cool new app. Can I go full screen? There it is.
Wait, I was thinking. Can you rewind it?
Stir the water there.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you just say, oh?
I did.
Oh, cute.
I
All
was
right.
excited. That's actually pretty interesting.
Mhm. All right, so that's where, so if you pooped in town, that's where all your poop goes. If you've never pooped in town,
Can I borrow it?
then your poop goes somewhere else. We'll talk about that. But I also have a TikTok for septic tanks.
For
I'll
what?
show you in a bit. It's really good. But I'll save that for a little while. Okay, what's that? No, but that's not like that. This is a guy that's like, I'll just wait. But if you find that, will you send it to me? Because I'm like slowly collecting like hilarious TikToks for class. Okay, so here's some people, and like this is hard for me to like wrap my head around, but like in most countries, you know, rivers are there not for like kayaking and whitewater rafting, but for washing, drinking, and also pooping. And so you've got to think like, okay, so if somebody right here is like, okay, this is the area where we wash, okay? This is the area where we poop, okay? Obviously, then, if this river's going downstream, right, there's going to be another town. So Logansport, okay, gets all of our nice waste, okay? So if I go take a deuce in the river, okay, then deuces, okay, they get the waste, okay? Sewage, toilets, gray water. We'll talk a little bit about that later. Okay, so it's crazy. We've already talked about oxygen demanding, right? But if I poop in the river, or if it rains more than an inch an hour in North Manchester, and they bypass wastewater treatment plant, then the oxygen demand will go up because there is bacteria in waste. One thing that we didn't get to do this year, and it bums me out. Maybe we'll do it after the when we're having fun, and hopefully I need to talk to Lippy about all that stuff. But basically we have these Petri dishes and we take these water samples right here in this, okay? And then eventually what we want to do is we want to get something like this, and this will tell us the amount of poop in the water, okay? How do we measure the amount of poop in the water? E. coli, right? So E. coli is natural, okay? E. coli gets a bad rap because it kills kids. How does it kill kids? Anybody know? How does E. coli kill kids, huh? Yeah. But I mean, like, how do kids, like, I've got E. coli in me. My kids both have E. coli in me. Hamburgers, yeah, you don't cook the hamburger all the way through, okay? And if there's a bad amount of E. coli can kill a kid. Okay, so you're like, oh, should I eat raw meat? I don't know, man. There's a weird fine line there. Okay, but there's a case a few years ago, Jack in the Box. It was a restaurant that's like kind of like a Hardee's, McDonald's out in California. We don't have Jack in the Boxes. You guys see a Jack in the Box? Like for a long time, people wouldn't eat those at Jack in the Boxes because it was an undercooked hamburger from there that killed like a 9-year-old kid. It was crazy. E. coli, but you've all got E. coli in you, and when you poop, E. coli comes out. Okay, but what else has E. coli in it?
Flour.
Okay, what's that?
Flour.
Flour, like as in like
Raw flour.
no. Yeah. So lots of living creatures can have. That's more of like that's something else. I think or maybe it's people that living lettuce. Now I'm questioning myself. Look that up, guys.
What does the raw flour have in it then? Because it's like you're not supposed to eat.
I don't know. Look that up.
That's why you're not supposed to eat cookie dough. Is because of the raw flour, not the eggs.
That's salmonella.
No,
That's the eggs, right?
Yeah, I got salmonella one time. I could stop shit.
Now I'm questioning about the romaine lettuce one. Maybe it is E. coli on the romaine lettuce, but like it is. Are you saying yes? Somebody said yes. All right, look that up. I don't know why I'm doubting myself. Okay, good. It is on the
Raw
list. Okay,
flour
good.
has both salmonella and E. coli.
Okay, all right. Living creatures have it. Okay, fish have it. Romaine lettuce has it. Raw flour has it. Those sorts of things, right? But it's that healthy balance. It's just like C. diff, Clostridium difficile. That's that bad bacteria. If you take antibiotics and kill all of like the good bacteria in your body, okay, and C. diff comes in, it'll kill you. Yeah, I had a student a few years ago. It was horrible. He was, maybe I told you a story. He was at Hamilton Lake. He and his buddies decided to jump off of a bridge, okay, into the water, into Hamilton Lake. Okay, unfortunately, as they weren't paying attention and they jumped right as a boat was coming out of the bridge, the guy landed on the driver, broke his back, paralyzed. Don't laugh. Okay. And like paralyzed. So like I get this kid, I remember he's sitting right here, okay, in a wheelchair. His sister ended up coming too. He would never walk ever again because he landed. Well, so then, you know, he was a super cool kid. I liked him a lot. And all of a sudden he's like, his dad calls me up. He's like, he can't come in. He's been on this antibiotic. C. diff ended up killing this kid. Okay, and he was like perfectly fine, but that bacteria is so incredibly powerful. You don't hear about deaths as much anymore because the solution, if you get C. diff, you know you get C. diff. Okay, like it's in you all right now. Okay? You just have a healthy balance. But if C. diff takes over, it'll kill you. But here's how you solve it: poop injections. So you get a poop donor for somebody else. Literally, you can eat it as a pill. Sometimes they take a turkey baster and squirt it up there.
David, you yourself ask my name.
Oh God. Now I'm curious. Tell me after class. All right. So, but yeah, you can eat a poop pill and that saves your life.
So how did it
There's like a poop donor. You could like Google it, and like if you want to make some money on like selling your plasma, donating plasma, it's really they give you money for it. Okay. They don't give you money for sperm, I don't think. Do they? Yeah. All right. What are these things? Nobody, like, I mean, somebody always gets this, but like the masses usually don't get it.
Why do they look like little tiny chickens with snake bodies?
They do. You got it. These are mosquito larvae. Okay. These are like a lot of people, they have this nice little thing that's like an air tube. Okay. So that's how they're breathing. Okay. All of these things are mosquito larvae. Why talk about mosquito larvae? Because when we look at this is another thing that we would have done this summer is we would look at the number of insects in the river. Now, I think you may have done this in bio with Greta. If you took honors bio, okay, a long time ago. Okay, I can't remember if we did it in my bio class. I don't
We did.
think we did. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I remember that.
Okay, cool.
We were in bio class with you.
Right on. This tells me, this looks at like different kinds, and there's good kinds of larvae and bad kinds of larvae. If you get lots of maggots, right-tailed maggots and leeches, that's bad. If you get a lot of stoneflies, mayflies, caddisflies, who's my fly fisherman out there, you know these are good. Okay, and you can literally tell, okay, what kind of fly you should put on your fly rod by looking at what's popping up at that time, right? You do this? Do you like it? Huh? What's that?
I don't do that. I just follow it around.
Yeah, but you can do this.
You
You
can
know,
do that,
like
yeah.
some people get really into that. So they sample the water, they look at like what's out there. All of these things will turn into flies. Like this is what a dragonfly nymph looks like. They're really freaking cool. Okay, so all these are going to turn into things that fish eat. Okay, we want these good guys. We don't want the bad guys. Now, why are the bad guys bad? Because they're what we call pollution tolerant. Okay, so a blood midge larva is pollution tolerant, where the caddisfly larva is pollution intolerant. Now, my dad used to say, I'm not going to tolerate that behavior. Okay, what does that mean? Yeah, he's not going to put up with it, right? He's not going to put up with it. I don't know why he didn't just say it like that, but he's not, he liked to, I can still hear his voice, and we're not going to tolerate that kind of behavior. Okay, these guys are not going to tolerate shitty water. These guys love it. In fact, rat-tailed maggots, this is not a tail, that's a snorkel. Literally, it snorkels so it can live in horrible, wasty water, okay, through its nice little snorkel. I know it is kind of cool. It's a cool adaptation, okay? So these guys love fresh water. These guys love poopy water. We want more of this. Now, if I find an aquatic worm, is that a killer? No, it just means we have to look at the big picture. If I have more of these, good. If I have more of these, bad, okay? So larva is a great way to look at the water quality of the river, lake, all that stuff. And we'll do this. We have already talked about BOD, biochemical oxygen demand, okay? So when the BOD goes up, okay, that means there's more demand, fish go down, right? Hopefully our oxygen will eventually go up. Here's a range of tolerance for dissolved oxygen. I think I showed you this before. Okay, in our Eel River, guess what our Eel River is on oxygen level? What do you think our DO levels? That's what I would guess. It's usually 9 8, 9. It's usually pretty good on the oxygen levels. Okay, it's really not that. The Eel River gets a bad rap. And there's a lot of stuff that can change, but you know, it used to be one of the number one smallmouth bass fishing spots in the world. Bill Dace, who's this famous fisherman, had a show. You can Google him. He flew a helicopter here to North Manchester so he could like fish on the Eel River, which is insane.
Wow, that is insane.
Yeah. Right. So there you go. Remember this term eutrophication? Eutrophication, U means good. So when we talk about like eubacteria, or we talk about eukaryotes are the cells with a membrane-bound nucleus. Prokaryotes are bacteria, the DNA is just floating around. Okay, so you're like, U means good, but U doesn't necessarily mean good as in water quality. When we get too many nutrients, what are my nutrients? Name 2 nutrients. What are the biggies? Nitrogen and phosphorus, right? Phosphorus comes from rocks, no atmospheric cycle. I need phosphorus to generate, to ATP and for my DNA. It's really important. But if I get too much, that's going to be too many plants, right? My algae levels are going to increase. I'm going to create a mat on top of that lake. Very soon we'll all see this, right? You'll be driving down a country road, you'll see a pond, it'll be nothing but green on top. Why is that all green on top? Nutrients, right? And a lot of it is because right now, we are spraying lots of anhydrous. And it's out there, or sorry, right? Or like injecting it, right?
Wait a second. So how if it's being injected, how's it made?
Still runs off, man. Rains. I wish it was that. Yeah, I wish it was that case. So, in the last podcast, Mike Dyson was talking about how much,
Oh, yeah, how did that go?
phenomenal. Like you should listen to it because he's good and he's funny. He's got a voice for radio. Like he really does. Like it's got real deep and it's kind of like. Yeah, man, it does. Oh, this day's the best. All right. Oh yeah, here's my romaine lettuce. I forgot I even put this in here. I should check this before I end. This was in 2018. Yeah, that's right. That is right. One second down here.
I remember that.
Here we go. I wrote lots of questions about cholera, typhoid fever, stomach flu, and hepatitis. Okay, things that you can get from human wastewater. Okay, diarrhea is caused by cholera. Okay, all these are bacteria. Okay, or a virus. Okay, so we're gonna get these. Okay, in the wastewater, and people still die from diarrhea in other countries. Okay, you're literally dehydrated, right? You're literally dehydrated. All right, let's talk about septic. Oh, I didn't think we were gonna get here. Okay, let me download this. How many people have a septic tank at their house? Do you know? I can tell you right now if you have a septic tank.
Most people have a
Okay.
septic tank, most people don't have a leak.
Here it is. Who lives in the country? You have a septic tank. There you go. That's how easy. Yo. Oh, did you have a question?
I was just gonna say I have one.
Oh, nice. I'm glad that you do. Hold on a second. I gotta find this TikTok.
Probably the septic tank and just all the runoff. Like older ones, yeah. I mean, obviously all the new ones have leaks, like our house right here.
Okay, here we go. We'll end with this video. Maybe. Why didn't it allow me to save the video?
No way. That would kill you so fast.
Oh, it's saving. All right, it's not saving. It tells me it's saving. Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm gonna have to screenshot this, or I'm gonna have to screen record this.
So nasty. That's not it's like mud.
He was. More likely.
You should find someone else.
All right, now maybe it'll work.
How do you know that?
All right, here we go. Sorry that took so long. Oh. Here we go.
Some garden in my backyard today, and I uncovered some sort of crazy secret concrete box in the ground. Found a handle after digging for a while, and after digging for a bit more, that's the handle. Clean to the point where I can start to lift it up. When I tried, it was a little heavy, so then I brought it to the
love those videos too, where people are like, "Oh man, I found a safe, and I'm trying to open the safe." And let's watch this one more time because I really enjoyed it.
So gardening in my backyard today, and I uncovered some sort of crazy secret concrete box in the ground. Found a handle after digging for a while, and after digging for
Did that like I had no idea that was
cleaned the bottom right search probably lift it up. When I tried, it was a little heavy, so then I brought in the pickups. You'll never believe what I found.
It's weird to me to think that like people don't like know about these things. Like I can't like I often think about like, what would it be like to take like AP Environmental Science in Los Angeles? You know what I mean? Like there's no like I've had friends at Taylor like when I went to college that had never seen a cow before, and they were like, "Can you drive us by like a farm so we can see cows?" I've never seen a cow before in my life. I was like, "What the?" Like literally, it's insane. Okay, so your septic tank, of course, fills up, and then the leach field sends out, you know, the water basically, but the sludge stays in the bottom. Okay, and it's still the same. It's the same process, right, as a wastewater treatment plant. But you have to get every 5 to 10 years, you got to get this thing emptied out. That's when you call it Shanksters, and then they send it to Justice's place, where he takes care of the goods. Okay, so. Pretty cool. Have you guys ever seen like it's always funny like if you live in the country and you have a septic tank, you can easily find where your leach field is. If it's a really dry summer, you're gonna see 2 giant green strips when everything else is dead. You're like, why does the grass grow really well right here? That's because of the sheep. It's helping it grow that grass, and everything else is burned out.
honestly,
Man.
most houses probably honestly don't have leach field.
They don't have a leach field, really?
Our house, if it's before whatever, it just goes into a tank and then your runoff is hit going straight to field tile.
Really? I didn't know that.
There's not like if honestly, if your house is probably built before, if your house is built
Like it's
Green.
old
if
ones.
it's old.
But now you have to have a leach
Well,
field, right?
yeah, if you put a
okay.
new one in, you have to have a leach field. But I'm just saying, right now, I bet it would be one of the best